you look at that? How professional is this? It is time. You know it's time. We've all been waiting for it. It is time. It is time for another virtual and socially distant sevens. And boy, have we got a treat for you today. Well, it's summer here in British Columbia, Canada, as we're broadcasting from the opulent studios of Seven Spot Studio. And today, where we're broadcasting from, it is beautiful outside. A totally gorgeous day at 16 degrees Celsius. But you know, we have to be honest. You know, somewhere in the world, it's not always the same temperature. And actually, where we're going to today, it's the middle of winter. It is unfortunate. But I'm going to bring in Fernando Cordova and Ricardo Bernalevento. Now, it's terrible where you are. You're in Brasilia, Brazil, and I'm just looking at the temperature there. It's 27 degrees, and it's 4 in the afternoon. It's a tough life. Now, what I am going to do is I've always told everybody, this is not about me. It's always about your story and your sevens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take myself out of the picture, just like this. Oops, not quite like that. How about like this? That works better. And Ricardo is going to do the introduction and show us around the shop and show us the wonderful sevens. And he's going to do that in English because Fernando speaks about as much English as I do Portuguese. So I'm going to say, boa tarde, Fernando.
Boa tarde.
And
it's perfect.
Very good. Now, if you don't mind, Fernando, I know that you're not going to do a whole bunch of talking. So do you mind if I ask if you can just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit in Portuguese, please, about the work you're doing in Brazil? If you can just share that with Fernando, Ricardo.
Ok. Meu nome é Fernando, eu sou engenheiro, né, e construo o Seven aqui no Brasil. Tenho o prazer de construir esse carro maravilhoso. E fui contaminado por esse vírus do bem, que é o Seven.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, Ricardo, can you jump in here and kind of, I'm going to let you do the show. Can you just show us around the shop and show us some wonderful sevens?
Sure, we can do that. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start with the how can I say, the skeleton of one of the sevens, right?
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, I think here is one of the chassis.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Under production, so you can see that it's pretty ready with the weld and all the stuff.
Wonderful.
I don't know if you can see well, Jim, or
I can see fine. And are you using your phone or are you using iPad or what are you using?
I'm using my phone.
Good. Why don't you just rotate the phone around so that we're looking at the seven
better,
and just turn the phone, rotate it, and we'll be able to see fine. You're doing fine.
Yeah, just a second. Como é que a gente faz aqui para virar para o outro lado, Fernando? Usar outra câmera.
That didn't work well.
No.
I think it worked better the other way. Why don't we just go back into the other mode and you can just rotate the camera. Oops, we lost you. Well, folks, we're suffering a momentary freeze in production, but these are the wonders of modern technology. What I will say is, while we're waiting for, they're coming back now. Hey, that's okay. Don't worry. I'm going to take myself out again. The best thing to do is don't worry about it. Just rotate the phone around so it's looking where you. Yeah, that'll work better. Yeah, that works better. Okay.
No. Like that.
That's right.
Okay.
That's it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfectamente.
Yeah. Then we have another one on the production with
Very
the
nice.
aluminum ready,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, here you can see transmission and gearbox. Here is one of the engines.
Which engine do you use?
This engine is from Ford. It's
Uh-huh.
called Duratec.
Okay, Duratec, sure.
It's the engine that equipped most of the Ford Focus or
Mhm.
Fusion. I don't know if we have this kind of model in
Yes,
Canada
yes.
or,
Mhm.
but anyway. We have here, Jim, another one almost ready to go. This one uses some carbon fiber parts.
Yeah, I was
As you can
noticing
see.
that in the pictures from your site. It looks gorgeous. And
Yeah,
you
this-
do all of the carbon fiber work yourself, or do you have these parts brought in?
Sim, ele é fabricado todo aqui, né?
Wow.
E
All there, eh? Fantastic. Wow.
toda a parte de fabricação do carro é feito aqui no shopping. Então, desde a parte de alumínio, a parte de carbono e a fabricação do chassi é toda fabricada aqui.
Wow. I
You got it,
think what
Jim.
he's saying is everything is in-house. You make everything yourselves. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Isso, correto.
everything is made by Fernando here in the shop.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah, this model particularly, it's one of the top models that he produced here,
Mm-hmm.
with the engine with forged pistons,
Duratec.
Duratec with the forged pistons, forged conrod.
Mm-hmm.
The gearbox, it's forged as well,
Mm-hmm.
with some semi-sequential.
Okay. Fast shift.
Fast shift, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It's
and what differential do you use?
Omega.
Just a second. The Omega.
Omega.
Yeah. Do you know the Omega?
Omega. Chevrolet Omega. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's this diff that we use here. So
Wonderful.
and everything is produced here, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
As
Beautiful.
you can see. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's my favorite place to be here in Brasilia.
No kidding. Now, I got a dumb question. I know nothing about Brazilian sevens. As a matter of fact, I think that since I've been doing 7-spot, I've only found a number of low-cost builders up until the time that you contacted me. Do you sell your sevens locally, or do you export your sevens? And are your sevens available by way of kits?
Yeah, the plan is it's você entendeu?
Mais ou menos.
Yeah, I will just translate to him, okay, Jim? Ele está perguntando se você tem planos de exportar, porque ele só viu sevens de custo baixo, e se você tem pretensão de vender kits fora e tal.
Tem uma possibilidade, sim, de vender os kits. É uma coisa que eu ainda estou estudando, analisando como vai ser feita essa venda de kit. Para o mercado interno do Brasil não compensa, até porque a mão de obra não tem mão de obra capacitada para poder finalizar o carro, né? Mas creio que fora do país seja interessante vender o carro.
Yeah, he just said that he's considering the fact that he will sell the car by kits.
Mm-hmm.
In Brazil, it's not worth it because of the profit, people to work and develop. It's kind of the logistic here is not so simple. So it's better for him now to sell the car like this.
I see. No problem.
Ready.
Well, that's great.
But the plan is it export as well.
Wow, that's great. Well,
yeah.
I'm always going to attach to our videos the contact information for Cordova Motorsports so that people can keep up to date with what you're doing and also, be in touch with you so that
That's great. Thank you, Jim.
No, my pleasure. Our pleasure.
Yeah, and this car is the first one that we produce in orange. And actually, the color was my idea because
it goes very nicely with Fernando's T-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you can see even the coilovers are produced here. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just got comments that I'm reading online now, because on the online picture that we used for the live stream, it has a picture of Fernando's T-shirt with our logo on it. Somebody's saying they're liking the T-shirt. I think that I'm going to have to make some 7-spot T-shirts and make them available. I think they're shaming me. And interesting, another note is 22 people in the United Kingdom are watching you right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And what else have we got here? Oh, remember I was saying there are people who are interested in what you're doing. We have questions now. People want to know where they can get your nose cone from. So be prepared. You're going to get a few calls. And of course, Olivier Vignon, who's in Belgium, has asked which engine it is. Now we've answered that. And
he's asking about the nose.
The nose cone, that's correct.
Okay.
No, Olivier was asking what engine, but now we've discussed that. And now we have Olivier saying he really loves the orange one. It's fabulous.
Okay, let's try from another angle. This one is my favorite, it's beautiful.
It is.
I don't know, is it good?
It's great. Fabulous.
Okay. Yeah.
Ele perguntou do Stone e do motor bico.
Tem pessoas que vão pedir o bico para você.
Sim. No Stone ele é inspirado no Caterham. A ideia de construir o carro veio aproximadamente há 12 anos atrás. Eu fui convidado a uma fábrica a fabricar uma réplica de um Shelby Cobra. Ele já estava em andamento, né? E eu comecei quando eu entrei nessa fábrica, descobri que o carro era para o Nelson Piquet, que é o nosso grande campeão, o tricampeão de Fórmula 1. E quando eu finalizei esse carro, eu não gostei da ideia do Shelby Cobra e vi que ele tinha um trabalho proporcional, um trabalho de chassi muito grande. A partir daí, surgiu um carro, um Caterham, um CSR 260, que é o único que tem aqui no Brasil. E a partir daí eu tive a ideia, conheci o carro e tive a ideia de construir um carro parecido.
Deixa eu traduzir essa parte aqui. Jim, can I just translate this part?
That'd be helpful.
It's very interesting because Fernando was working in the shop that the focus was produce racing cars,
mm-hmm.
And then probably everybody knows Nelson Piquet.
Yes,
the Brazilian driver, awesome driver that we had from the 70s to the 90s, and he asked this guy to build one Shelby Cobra replica, and Fernando was one of the responsible for this project. Mm-hmm. And in the end, he didn't like the behavior of the car. Mm-hmm. The torsion was not like what he expected. And almost at the same time, one friend of us, he bought a original Caterham.
Mm-hmm.
Qual que é o 270?
CSR 260.
Yeah, the CSR 270.
Yes.
260. Yeah. And then Fernando was like, okay, maybe this is something I would like to build.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the story.
Well, it truly is beautiful. And that kind of was going to be my next question. As I've said, one of the topics we're developing on 7-Spot is the story of how how long did it take you to build your first 7? And then why did you decide to build? And obviously you've answered the questions. So I thank you very much. Muito obrigado.
Good job, Jim.
Okay, well, you know what? This has been a wonderful sample, but you know what? I am going to bring myself back into the picture. Okay. And I'm going to, as I said, I would like to be able to keep myself to the screen, and I put the two of us in. I was going to say, there are going to be people who are going to want to be in touch with you to find out more about it. And I have to ask you, if somebody were to say, Fernando, could you please build me a 7? How much time does it take you to build one of those cars?
Entendeu? Quanto tempo demorei para desenvolver?
Não, quanto tempo demora para fazer um carro?
Hoje, com toda a linha desenvolvida, em média de 4 meses para a fabricação do carro completo, desde o início da produção até o final.
Yeah. It's between 4 to maximum 5 months ready to go.
Wow, that's a lot quicker than the 1.5 years it took me to build mine. So,
which one is yours, Caterham or?
No, mine was just a kit, and it took me 1.5 years to assemble it.
1.5?
Yeah, because it was just a project for me on the weekends.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of wind this down, but I'm going to say thank you again. From all of us here at 7 Spot, we want to say thank you for being with us and for sharing your story. And to the audience watching, I want to say, if you're watching on YouTube, please don't forget to give a like and subscribe. It really helps us. Secondarily, if you're watching from Facebook, please tell a friend about 7 Spot, because these stories are not about me, but I really do want to be able to help share your 7 story. And for those still watching, I just want to say at 7 Spot, we remain committed to bringing you the very highest standard of live stream interviews. All of our streams have been lovingly prepared using bottom of the barrel interviewing talent, a minimal technical skills, and a stunning paucity of imagination. We want you to know that at 7 Spot, our quest for victims, that's you, is never ending. And we are making every effort to find absolutely anyone who's gullible enough to make a complete spectacle of themselves. Remember, we're all in this mess together. Wendy, my wife, made me do it, and it's not my fault. All I can say is thanks an awful lot, guys, and we'll see you at 7 Spot. Cheers.
That's good.